What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Raw Ball Talk. We got the Premier League weekend review for you all. So yeah, man, should be a good one. But before anything else, let me introduce my man them in the building. Jalil, how you doing?
Yeah, man, all good. Positive, feeling positive. Other than Arsenal stuff, but I'm sure we're gonna get into that anyway. But yeah, man, all good. I hope you boys are good as well, man.
Yeah, man, all good over here. And obviously our man Rash back again today. Pleasure to have you back. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, alhamdulillah, man. Doing good, feeling good. Hope you guys are doing well. I've missed it.
Yeah, man. No, definitely. I think the people, there's been a lot of times when we've done our shows in the last month where a lot of people say we've needed Rash today to bring some kind of some kind of sense to the show. So
a bit of balance.
A bit of balance, yeah. It's true. We've had a few unbalanced shows recently, yeah.
You know what it is? It'll be us discussing something, and someone in the comments will be like, "Oh, if Rash was here, he'll never let that happen."
Yeah. Exactly.
Throw my name in there. I know them ones there.
Yeah. So it's all good. But yeah, man, listen, people, Premier League weekend review. So I thought, you know what? A good place to start is probably at the home of the team that was supposed to win the league this weekend, and that was Man City. We know what happened to them. Chelsea came to town, and Chelsea beat them again. It's an interesting one, this. Obviously, City made quite a few changes, but so did Chelsea, so I don't want to just be one-sided. Chelsea seem to have their number at the moment. We all know there's a Champions League final coming up at the end of the month. Yeah, man, Tuchel's doing an incredible job. So I guess I'll come to you first, Rash, on this one. Obviously, City are going to win the league. But do you think Chelsea have a mental edge ahead of the Champions League final, or in that City team, City have got the edge?
Look, I think certain things have to happen in certain ways for other things to happen. And what I mean by that is I always knew City wasn't going to win the league at the weekend. And I knew they wasn't going to beat Chelsea. I actually thought it was going to be a draw. And that's what I thought that it was going to be. I thought it was going to be 1-0, and it was that way for a long while. But I do think City are going to still beat them in the cup final. Yeah. I just think things just happen and just have to happen this way sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just the way the script is written. You know, you're gonna win the league. The person who you got in the cup final is who you got to quickly play in order to win the league. They're gonna beat you. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my days!" They're gonna win the cup as well. But no, it's gonna be City's as well. I think it's gonna be City's. Yeah, I can't see. I mean, like if Chelsea do it, that is an amazing turnaround. You know what I'm trying to say? From Frank Lampard's Chelsea to Tuchel's Chelsea, like that would be fantastic. I think it has already been a great turnaround, actually. But do I think they're going to beat them in the cup final? No, I don't. But I think they did what they had to do at the weekend. You know, because it's just the way things are. It's just the way things are scripted. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just the way it happens.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I think that's very fair. I mean, I thought City. I think I had City to win 2-1 at the weekend, but there's something about Chelsea. I'm still not 100% sold on them, but the results say otherwise. So I don't know. Big up Tuchel though. But before I go to Jalil, Falak back in the building. Yo, gentlemen, it's been a while. Big up to John, Jalil, and Rash as always. PS, why does Jalil look different? He doesn't have a hat. Literally just put it on now. Falak, yes, it's been a while. Good to see you back.
Shout out to Falak, long time.
I'm just going to say here, it's no coincidence Falak is back when Rash is back. Hey, Rash. Hey, but it's still love over here. But yeah, man, let's keep it moving. Hope you're good, Falak. But yeah, so Jalil, man, what are you saying? Like Rash has got City in the final to still come out on top against Chelsea. What are you saying? Do you think Tuchel has something over Guardiola, or are you with Rash, City to win the Champions League?
Yeah, man. Yeah, big up Falak, man. Big up Falak in the building, man. Long time supporter. Rash is making sense, man. But Tuchel's scary, bro. And Tuchel's not just scary. You know, I was speaking about this in the weekend. You know, John and Rash used to get onto me. Oh, we get a better manager and you'll see better at the club. I was like, But look at Lampard is doing the same thing. He's got better players. It don't mean that. It don't mean nothing. Tuchel comes in. Look at them now, bro. They potentially could do the double.
Do the double.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that is weird. So is it Lampard wasn't getting the tune out of them? Now he's getting the tune out of them. What's going on? Like I'm eating my words. Do you know what I mean? But having said that, man, Chelsea could win it, man. I do think it's City's time to shine, but we can't put them under the carpet like Chelsea. Oh yeah, this is City's time. You got to go eat them. Them not coming hard. They're going for their second Champions League, bro. Do you get it? Like it potentially could happen. And after watching them on the weekend as well, yeah, man, it's scary, man. If I was Pep, I'll be scared. I'll be scared. I'll be worried. But yeah, having said that, they did rest a lot of their players. So did Chelsea, to be fair. But for me, you know, Chelsea just look like they've got the second best squad, maybe even the first now that we look at it, because all these people that are coming in and out and still doing the business, it don't make sense against a team like City who was meant to win it on the weekend. So yeah, it's confusing. I'm mind blown after watching that game. You know, Justin and Aguero as well. I see a lot of people. You know, he missed a pen. Like everybody can miss a pen, or he's washed. You see all of that? That's ridiculous stuff. How could make it make sense to me, man? How could he be washed because he missed a pen? He dipped it. It's not like he banged it. It's not like he had a one. Do you know what I mean? It's a pen. So, well, all in all, I agree with everything I said, man. In this one, but I can't lie to you. But I'm a bit. If I was Pep, I'll be scared.
I want to just say on two things that you just said there, right there. Yeah, one is about Frank Lampard having a good squad and everyone thinking, you know, give him a chance. He's gone and Tuchel's come in and has made it work.
Here we go. Here we go.
That is the perfect example of bringing someone who knows what they're doing, who has a bit of experience and a bit of a reputation, and put them in a squad of players that you know are decent enough to get results out.
Yeah,
but the manager just wasn't up to caliber. This is like, it's like a premonition. It's like a wake-up call. It's like, Arsenal, are you seeing what can actually happen when you get someone who's got experience behind that in that dugout, you know? Second thing I wanted to comment on was the Aguero thing. Yeah. All of the first half, I was saying my man is coming off at halftime. Through the whole first half, I was saying Aguero was coming off at halftime. I think he had a poor first half. His touch was poor. Raheem Sterling saved him by scoring that goal. That touch was awful, and he wouldn't have regained it because the defender was coming in to come and recoup. Raheem Sterling saved him with that goal. When I saw him get the penalty, I didn't even look at the penalty. I was with my kids, and I was like, my man's gonna flop. He's not even gonna score anyway. And I didn't even watch it. And everyone was, oh my days! He tried the chip. He tried the chip. Think about it now. So I don't really think that it is, because I think if City was to score there, it would have been a total different game. I think they would have gone on and probably got a couple more because you know what City are like with momentum. But I think Aguero, he was lucky to come out in the second half. I think he had a very poor game, and I think, you know what, since he has come back, he hasn't been the same Aguero. I don't know if you've noticed it, but he seems like he's lost a couple strides in his pace. You know what I mean? He's lost an inch or two in his touch. You know, I just think he is performing under par. He's still Aguero. He's still got a bad boy reputation. Do you know what I mean? He's still a goal slinger. We know about this, but right now, I think he's just not up to the par which we know he can be, and I'll be shocked, very shocked, if he starts the Champions League final.
I agree.
I've got a rebuttal to that. You know, Lampard one for both of you. Maybe you both can answer me this, because John, I know you're Arteta out as well. Player for player for Arsenal. Can I just say something? We look at our season from the beginning. Where did all that goal come from? Did we get a goal from getting popped? Other than, I would argue, Aston Villa when Grealish ripped us apart. But other than that, all the goals have been individual errors. Xhaka, goalkeeper, David Luiz. All these goals have come from individual errors. Do you think that player for player at Chelsea, we can compare? We can't compare the teams, bro. We can compare the managers. We can't compare the teams.
We can't.
They're about an 8 out of 10. Yeah, when it comes to players, we are definitely 5, 6 out of 10. I'm telling you that. Do you know what I mean? So we've got errors, individual errors, and they don't. I'm just saying that.
I think it's to a point. Look, I think our players are good enough to be finishing better than where we are, and that's what I think. And I think with
100%.
a better manager behind them, I think we would have at least, like, it's not good, but I think we would have at least been top 6. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think where we are right now is very unacceptable for an Arsenal squad to be there, especially after like 2 seasons in a row. Like, come on, bruv. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We need, like, if the board ain't looking at it and saying, okay, we tried something, and do you know what it is? I listened to your analogy of a project manager and stuff like that, what you said in the last episode, and you know, if he's gone and he's got his degree and everything like that, and you know, he's qualified for the job. But I will tell you one thing: if you go to a top firm as a project manager, okay, and 2 years in a row you get losses, they finish in minus rather than in pluses, they will be looking at you like, maybe we shouldn't have gambled on you. Maybe someone with a bit more of experience would have done the job a little bit better. They would probably only give you about a quarter of the year. You get to probably H1 before they start saying, okay, do you know what? I don't think this is working for you if it continues. So I do understand your analogy, but we're talking about businesses that their job is to make money. If they're losing money 2 years in a row, I don't think you'd be there. But that's just in regards to that.
I agree with that. No, I definitely agree with that. Felix saying, LOL, what can I say? PS, I do check in, lads. I swear, just Ramadan got me tired. 100% understandable. 100%.
I feel that.
Big up to you. I generally don't like both teams. I would hate if City win. Yeah, you're a United fan, so for you, I know United fans hate Chelsea as well. So a lot of people hate Chelsea. To be fair, I think obviously they spent money, became big, became who they are now. So yeah. But yeah, you know what? It was a decent game overall. I'm with Rash. I think City will win the final. But yeah, Pep better hope he wins the final anyway, because I don't know if he wants a losing final on his record when they are the favourites for me. But I guess one question for you guys really quickly before we move on. Kante. I guess it's a twofold question. One, have we mistaken him for a DM over these years when he's probably more of a box to box? And who would you say has had a better career, Kante or Pogba?
Jeez, what a question. You asked you to get this one first.
No, I think I've said enough. You go first.
I'll happily get this first. To your first question, yes, we have mistaken him just for a DM. We wasted him for someone who can press from the top to the bottom. Leicester, I won't say Leicester's wasted him because Leicester utilised him, but Chelsea they haven't really done much in the last couple of years. They definitely wasted him. I like seeing him box to box. He does the business. However, I'll say this though: if he had to just sit DM, I wouldn't be mad at that. You know them ones because he does. He can do a job up top as well. Obviously, he don't score, get assists, but he does break up play. He makes people make mistakes. I think Kante coming out, he's strong. You know, he's a beast. So yeah. To your first question, yes. To your second question, it's a very interesting question because no doubt about it, Pogba for me is technically ability-wise better. For me, Pogba's more an advanced player. I remember there was a time where I think United, Jose tried to use him more as a deep line midfielder. Didn't really work. It didn't suit him at all. So it's hard to compare, but obviously we've got to be honest with ourselves and gone off career-wise. It's hard, man. It's hard to say.
It's a tricky one. Yeah. It's a tricky one.
But if you were to ask me who do you think is happier, I'll say Kante, because Kante would win the league title and be happy with it, whereas Pogba would win the Europa League as he's done and feel like they've done better. I mean, that could come down to standards, I guess, and stuff. But yeah, I think Kante would say. I think a lot of people say Kante's had a better career because he was utilised the right way, whereas Pogba's had managers he fell out with, injuries, and so on and so forth. And till to this day, nobody can say has Kante reached his potential. We know what Kante can do, but everyone's still saying Pogba's still got stuff in him. He's still got stuff to show. So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. To be fair, that's a good answer, and I think with Kante, because he is more of a box to box, like you say, he doesn't really score goals, but he carries the ball really well and breaks it up.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see because we're going to need to include him this week when we select our top 10 centre mids. So it'll be interesting to see how close he gets. You know, yeah, Rash, what do you think about that question, Pogba and Kante?
Yeah, like Jalil says, technical ability, I think there's no contest. I think it's Pogs. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when we're talking about the career, let's talk about both the guys. Do you know what I mean? Both my brothers. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Alhamdulillah. And Kante is one of the most humblest people I've seen in the game. Do you know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I really love about him, and one of the things that shines in his corner more than it does for Pogs. You know what I mean? Pogs is all about the flair. Kante is very humble. But let's talk about the actual players and what they do. First, let me talk about Kante's position. I've actually screamed out Kante's box to box from the get-go. I've been saying he's a box to box.
You've seen it,
yeah. And but a lot of people just see him as a defensive mid. But I just think I've seen that engine. I see what he was for Leicester. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He was more just a defensive midfield. He was very influential in their attacking play as well. Between him, Mahrez, Vardy, and so forth like that, he was literally the catalyst of the attacks. He would start it off. You know, he could do a job at the defense, and he'd be like that high defender where he could be at the halfway line at the top of the D there, and he can break up the play from there and be able to play the ball through just again so that the attack will continue. You saw that with him at Leicester. I think he got disrespected by Sarri and then disrespected by Lampard again. I didn't understand why, but he's a humble guy. We never heard anything from him in the media about it. But when we're talking about accomplishments, I mean, he won the league at Leicester.
That's mad. Mad.
Before that, he was playing, I think, League Two in France.
League A2, League A2, him and Mahrez,
League Two in France. Come to Leicester, they won the league. At Leicester, not surrounded by superstars. They had to be the superstars of the team, and no one even knew who they were at this time. Then to go to Chelsea and be able to win a league there as well. With what's his name? Kante. And he's won cups. What they got? They got the FA Cup now. Was it the FA Cup they won?
FA Cup, Europa League
as well. So when you look at the accolades, and he's got the World Cup too. And remember at the World Cup, the French players was holding him up in the air. They were holding him. They knew he was the pivotal player in their win, in their World Cup. So you look at him, and then you look at our Pogba, who's always gone to major teams. You know what I mean? The Man United, the Juventus. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you have to ask questions. Okay, could Pogba do that at Leicester? He would definitely be the best player in the Leicester squad. But does his attitude allow him to be able to bring a team up to from like Leicester to win the Premier League title? I mean, he's been at a Manchester United team. He's been at a good Manchester United team. If I look at the Lukaku, Ibrahimovic one, and that one as well, that was a good squad. Do you know what I mean? But they didn't really do too much in the league in regards to challenging. Yeah, they ended up being a bit up there, but they didn't really challenge the way we thought they could. Okay, I remember at the beginning of that season, I was like, "Oh my god, they got the man them in their squad. It's on." You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, it just failed to deliver. So he did his bits at Juventus as well, and I'm thinking in Juventus is where he got most of his reputation, to be honest, as an elite player. But it's a hard one. But I'd actually say, career-wise, especially in regards to how long Pogba's been in the game compared to how long Kante's been in the game, and we know that Kante's still got a lot more to come. I think Kante's actually had the better career. I think he has.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just brought it up because I was at football yesterday. Someone asked the question. It's an interesting question, to be fair. And I think it can go either way. But I think if Kante was to say, let's say he won Champions League this month, then Pogba's got a bit of work to do. to because I think it goes back to what Jalil said previously. It's the expectations you have on you as a player. We can already say that Kante's exceeded expectations.
100.
Can we say that Pogba's reached his expectations? Debate. Circumstances play a part, but that's life, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're still saying we're still saying we need to see the best Pogba at Manchester United. We're still saying that.
Yeah, we're still saying that. He's playing good now, but yeah, we want to see that consistently. So let's see what United do. Let's see. But again, if Chelsea win Champions League, and I can't lie, if Chelsea were to win Champions League, it's hard for me not to see Kante not being one of their best players.
Yeah.
So if he somehow then gets a man of the match in the Champions League final, then wins the Euros this summer, it's hard. Big up Kante though. He's one of my favorite players ever.
So fact.
So humble, and it's a blessing to see someone so humble.
Yeah.
Big up the Nearpost podcast in the building. Go subscribe to them. For me, it's tough to compare them. Totally different players. Yeah, I agree. They're totally different. But they're really both box to box, really. But yeah, no, they've definitely got very different attributes. But you just know it's going to be a question that's going to come up a lot more often as they both approach the age of 30 in the next couple of years. So yeah, but anyway, that was a good game. Let's move on. I thought, you know what? Let's quickly touch on the top 4 race. Obviously, Chelsea winning has sent them up to 3rd. Leicester, just when I thought they'd finally seal top 4, they go and lose 4-2 at home to Newcastle. By the way, big up Joe Willock. Not his biggest fan, but he scored another goal. So he's doing his value no harm, and that's what players should do when they go out on loan. They should perform to the best of their ability. And I think he's helped Newcastle a lot.
I saw a stat like he's the youngest player to score 4 in 4 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He's still very young, to be fair to him. Yeah. And he's got like 4 in 4, 5 goals in total, and the goals have meant something as well. So big up Joe Willock. But yeah, obviously very bad loss for Leicester. West Ham losing 1-0 at home to Everton. Again, tough loss for them. Liverpool winning 2-0 against Southampton, kind of going on a bit under the radar. And then, you know, the other joke of our club at North London, Spurs losing 3-1 to Leeds. So yeah, I don't know who wants to kick off. We got 2 slots left. I'm just going to share my screen just so you guys can see quickly what the Premier League table is looking like at the moment. But yeah, I don't know if which one of you wants to go first in terms of who do you think will secure those last 2 slots for top 4 in Champions League?
Well, from my previous predictions, I'm well off. I said United ain't making it.
I said Spurs would.
Yes, you did, and I was like, why? You know, but I think it is obviously City. I think it's Chelsea. I think it's Manchester United. Do I think Liverpool can do it? They're not convincing me.
Bring up the fixtures too. 1 sec.
Yeah, the last few fixtures will probably reveal all. To be honest, I don't think it's Tottenham. I think Tottenham have hit the brakes. I said this for a while now that Kane and Son's leaving at the end of the season. All right, so look, what have we got here? We've got West Ham, we've got Liverpool, we've got Tottenham, and we've got Everton, all within a point of each other.
So now, Rash, let me show you, Rash and Julian, let me show you Leicester's last 3 games. Man United away tomorrow, Chelsea away next Tuesday, and then Tottenham at home. That's tough. I can't lie.
I think they'll win 1 out of the 3.
Okay, so they win 1 out of 3. I reckon that might be enough. What do you reckon? Because what Liverpool saying? Liverpool about 6 points off them with a game in hand. Oh, actually,
I think 3 draws and they're laughing. You draw with every single one of those teams. They're not. No one's dropping points. Just in the same position. West Ham can win, I guess, 1 game and lose both, or draw both, and they still don't touch them. So
nah,
that's what I'm saying. It's a bit of a crazy one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
go on, man.
might actually. I think it actually might be Leicester because I can't see. I mean, unless Liverpool do a madness and they just win their last few games, yeah. But I can't see them actually pulling it back. To be honest, I think Liverpool have they took their eye off the ball a bit earlier on in the season, and I don't think there was any recovery actually. They didn't have the fight in them, and now that the fight's come, I think it's a bit too late, and it's not even from the expected players. Okay, Mane got a goal finally, again, you know what I mean? But you mean the amount of chances that Salah wastes, man, and the amount of dribbles that he like. I know you said it before, you and I've always defended Salah actually, but watching that game, I was just like, why do you need the extra 5 touches? Why don't you play the ball in earlier? Like, why don't you crack a shot quicker? Why do you have to fake it and then fake it again? Like,
Yeah, he
shoot
loves placement.
shoot the ball, bruv.
He loves
And I think
placement.
I think that's been his biggest doubtfall this year. It's like he's not confident within himself, even though he scored. He's their top scorer still, isn't he? This season.
Yeah, still second
Yeah.
top scorer in the Prem.
Yeah, so it's just weird. It's a weird one. It's like he has highs and lows, but when it's low, to me, it's really low compared to what the caliber and the bar that he sets for himself. I just can't see anyone doing it for them. I mean, look, it's Thiago who's ended up scoring at the weekend, and all of a sudden, I bet he's going to be a fan's favorite at Liverpool from them talking all smack with them. But I just don't think they've got enough to do it. I think they're burnt out, and I don't think they've got that final push. I think it could actually be Leicester's.
Okay. All right. In that case, all right. So Rash, you're saying top 4 is Man City, United, Chelsea, and Leicester as it currently is.
As it is.
And Jalil, any disagreements with Rash?
No, it's hard. It's hard to disagree with that. However, this Prem's crazy, bro. Like, I got all the predictions wrong for this weekend, and that says a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, that just shows you the football's unpredictable as it is. I wouldn't be mad if it stayed like how it is now. So what? What are you telling me? So the first 4 goes Champions League, next 3 goes to Europa, right?
No, so yeah, first 4 go Champions League. At the moment, I think 5th and 6th will go to Europa, and 7th goes to the Europa Conference League, which at the moment is Spurs.
Oh, please, let that happen, please. Let it stay like it is, please.
Yeah, which that would be just incredible if the banter will be. I can't lie. I'd rather finish 9th than finish 7th if I know it's the Europa Conference League.
Yeah,
like that competition is a disgrace. It hasn't even started yet.
but you never know with this year, man. I mean, look, obviously, I don't think this is going to happen, but Arsenal could win their last few games and end up finish 5th. Do you know what I mean? It could happen. So it could happen.
When you think about it, we're 6 points off 5th, and think about how bad we've been.
Poor. That's what I'm saying. This season has been a joke. In reality, to performance-wise, it's been very up and down for a lot of the teams. I think the most consistent clubs are Manchester City. Manchester City? They've been the most consistent club. Obviously, Man United has picked it up in the second half of the season. They've just gone full throttle. I mean, I wouldn't put my money on them to lose any game right now from now to the end of the season. Not that I gamble anyway, but if I was a gambling man, I definitely wouldn't say that they will lose any of their remaining. They've really pulled it out of the bag, Manchester United. So United supporters, you must be happy, and Ole, well done. Pulled it out of the bag.
Listen, you know what? Yeah, I think that's a perfect segue for the next topic before our last topic, and that is actually United. And I've got the heading there: has Ole proven his doubt is wrong at United this season? So yeah, Rash has kind of touched it on a bit there, but you know, Jalil, I'll come to you first. You're known as the United hater. You know, everyone gets on you for that. So I think it's time you finally give them some credit, bro.
Yeah. What do I say about all United?
This should be good.
Yeah.
I've been saying United. I don't even know. I said United will finish 2nd. My only issue with United is they thought they won the league in January. Yeah,
that's true. We can't forget that.
It's ridiculous. It's like me having a race against you two in a car, and what? Because I've got it through to the first stop, I'm going to win the race. That's how silly United sounds.
Yeah. You're meant to praise them. You're meant to praise them.
No, man, they make me sick, bro. I'm playing.
The hate comes out.
I was in a group chat the other day, and I think City lost and United won, and a few United fans was just like, "Oh, it's still a chance, mathematically possible."
Yeah,
look, it is mathematically possible. It's that same way mathematically possible for us to get fifth. But when United fans say that, it makes me sick. Why do you think I look at it, think, I just get, like a girlfriend, like, these are my friends, innit? But like a girlfriend, you see her, but then she does one thing that you don't like. She might, I don't know, just drop her top. I got OCD, I like everything being clean. You might drop her top on the floor. You might think, see what I think about United fans, bro.
Where's the praise to come in? Is there any praise?
Sorry, look, sorry, my bad. Look, big up Greenwood, number one. How you 6 years old going into United and still playing for them? Most of the people in these age mates are all cut. They've been cut. So big up Greenwood, man. And look, I heard that Cavani signed an extension to his contract today.
That's right.
1 year.
Me personally, that's the best thing United could have done for Rashford and Greenwood. They can only learn from someone like this. You can't pick someone who makes this mistakes like Arsenal and Big David Luiz and think our defense is going to improve. Like, make it make sense. If you've got someone out there who does the business like Cavani, he's going to make your team better. So big them up for that. Has Ollie proved his doubters wrong? Yes, because a lot of United fans that I know always say, "Oh, Ollie needs to go. Oh, individual players," and I've been saying to them, look, you can't always say the players are making United better. Yes, they make United better, but Ollie, you must give him some credit. So when they lose, it's Ollie's fault. When they win, it's the players. The players doing. You've got to have some sort of balance. Ollie must play a good part in this. I've been bigging up Ollie for the longest, but is he better than Mikel? I say no. I'll still say no.
Well, since you're going to ask you that question, yeah.
I'll still say no. Because he ain't beat him, and Mikel's beat him. So. Well, all in all, man, Pogba's back, man. Pogba's back. I think one thing's over. The debate between him and Kevin De Bruyne, I think that's over, personally.
You mean Bruno?
No, Kevin De Bruyne. Because remember when he first came to the Prem, who's better?
Yeah.
The debate's finished. For me, the debate between Bruno and Pogba is still there. I think Pogba's better, personally. I think he does the business better. However, you can't deny what Bruno's done this season. Do you know what I mean? So big up Bruno, man. Even though he did score half the stuff he scored his penalties and half the stuff he does, just kicks it and hopes he gets it. It's like playing Sunday League. You get this Spanish player who thinks he's decent. Do you know what I mean? Kicks it, and because someone gets onto the end of it, he's decent. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off, son. I'm not having that. But man, all in all, bro, big up United. You guys done the business. I mean, I've got to be real, I've got to cost the fans and big up the players. It gets like that, big up Ollie as well. Ollie at the wheels, just don't crash the bus.
Yeah, I think that's the worst praise I've ever seen. Like, that was a 5 minutes where 4.5 minutes was more slow. Yeah, man, I'm sure you're gonna have the United fans on your back as always.
I'm used to it, man.
And finally, did I not say let's just wait? It takes time, man. You can see he is trying. Yes, you did say to give Ollie time, and you know what? I can't lie. Like, I still don't rate Ollie as a manager, but I can't disrespect what he's done this season. Second place, Europa League final, like if in Europa League. Yeah, man. So Rash, I guess coming to you. Yeah, man. What have you made of Ollie, and what do you make of the United side? Do you see them as being like 2 signings away from challenging properly next year for the title?
All right, with Ollie, I don't know what it is that I have against him, this prejudice that I have against him that makes me think he's just totally pants. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that he had a whole career coming off of the bench. It might be that. Do you know what I mean? That stigma, which is, oh, well, you never ever made first team, but yeah, you was an assassin when you came on the pitch. But I just can't imagine him telling the guys what to do. I just can't. I can't picture it. I've never heard the team say, yeah, you know, the manager's tactics, it worked to a T. Do you know what I mean? Or the manager told us to go out and do this and blah, 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 blah. So we just stuck to the game plan of the manager. And yeah, it worked. I've never heard that in one interview. Do you know what I mean? The only thing I've heard is that he believes in us. He increases us in confidence, and he's got his vibes basically at the club. And to me, that's just like, you know, when your PE teachers takes over the maths class. you know when your math teacher's sick, but the replacement's your PE teacher. You're like, yes, because you know it's gonna be live. And you know it's gonna be like, yeah, here's the books, what they told you to do, but yeah. Do you know what I mean? And to me, it seems like that. So I can't really say he's a good manager. My feelings hasn't changed in regards to him. However, I think he's done very well. Would I trade their position for ours? Of course. They're in the Europa Cup final. They're second in the league. They've been consistent for, I think, their last 15 to whatever games. They've been really good at getting the results. They haven't been the most beautifulest team to watch play. People like Bruno and that, I still don't rate. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, man's got his goals from spot kicks, and I remember Man United fans specifically dissing Lacazette, saying the man was spot kick, and that's how he got his goals in La Liga. So I'm not hearing that. Yeah, keep up the same energy. Yeah, is it him being compared to Pogba is stupid. Yeah, it's like the night being compared to the day. Stupid. Why are you gonna do it? It's two totally different things. Yeah. I just think like they've just Man United in a whole, they've just got their act together. They've managed to do what is required of them, and big them up for that, because in reality, they didn't look like a team that was going to finish second at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? At the beginning, they didn't look like that. They were actually someone who we would laugh at and crack jokes over. The beginning of the season, last season, everything. They just didn't seem like a real club. But when you see something happen consistently, it builds confidence. Do you know what I mean? It builds confidence in the team. And that's what, like, for instance, when Emery was at Arsenal, it was paper over the cracks, but them not losing for their 22 games and stuff like that, convinced a lot of people that we was the shit and we was going to be doing our business. You know what I mean? And the players thought they were good. It was only until the end of that little bit when we were scraping victories, when everyone's like, oh, I can see where this is heading. Do you know what I mean? But United have kept it thorough. They've kept it consistent. You have to give props where it's due. Do you know what I mean? And that's that. I give them their props for their consistency, doing what is required of them, getting rid of Jesse Lingard so he can shine. Do you know what I mean? And Rashford, though, I don't know what's happened to him. He's like for a little while now, seems like he's playing with the world on his shoulder. Doesn't seem to be playing carefree. It seems like he's not enjoying his football as much as he used to. Maybe he's not enjoying life as much as he used to. Who knows? But it's a worrying thing for him, because I'm thinking about the Euros coming up. I'm thinking about the England squad. England's got a sick midfield. Do you know what I mean? Like, so many players to pick from, and I'm thinking about, okay, front men. Right, there's a slinger, Greenwood, but he hasn't got the experience as well. You can't put that weight on that little kid's shoulders. You know what I mean? So you'd expect someone like a Rashford to like say, "Don't worry, I got you." But how can you say that with his current form? Do you know what I mean? I never think he's going to finish a game. I always think he's going to get subbed, because he doesn't bring out the performances that we know him for. So Rashford is a bit of a worry for me. And but yeah, well done, United. Ollie, I just can't. I can't see it being him. I can't see him being the conductor of the orchestra. But well done.
I actually, the way you broke that down, I agree with it completely. Like, I can't sit here and say like Ole is the man, but I can just say well done. I say you did well. We know Judgment Day will come when it will come.
The rapture will come and snatch the soul out of
it. Literally, it's gonna come. But you know what? You made a good point there on Rashford. Like, I've always been one. I've always felt like Rashford was a bit of an overrated player, but when I watch him now, it just doesn't seem like he's enjoying anything. Like even when he scores, it's like quick, like head down, or the game happens, he gets subbed off. He's just like, yeah, whatever, I'm off. I don't know. It looks to me the way he's playing, it's either he's carrying an injury, which it could be, or like you said, it might be life in general that, because he tries to help a lot of people. So I don't know if he's the type of person that carries all those things in his mind, which then maybe puts football in a different perspective for him.
Yeah, I think people need to reach out to him, man, find out if he's okay.
Yeah. And that's actually being serious. That's not even like a joke. I think I agree with you. I think something's wrong with him. And I think maybe he needs a summer off. Like you said, we got great options. Would you guys start Rashford anyway at the Euros? I personally would have him on the bench. I'm not even sure I'd start Sterling at the moment because he's a bit off it as well.
Sterling. It's hard because you know what it is. I like the guy and I rate him as well very highly. You lot know that anyway. I rate Sterling. I think he's the man still. Or the youth man, should I say, compared to me. But he hasn't been performing the way that we know him to perform as well. Looks like he's gained a bit of weight as well, which might have had an effect on his, I think that might have had an effect on his pace a little bit. But he got his goal at the weekend. Finally, he scored again. I think it was like 12 games he hadn't scored in, something like that. So it's good to see him back on the score sheet. I always like Sterling, and look, Pep sees something in him that makes him capo. Do you know what I mean? He's captain of a big squad, man. Like they've got a lot of captain material in that squad, and for him to be on the pitch at his young age and to be leading those guys, it says a lot as well. It must say a lot about his mentality off the pitch as well, the respect that he gains. I think he definitely deserves to be in the England squad. I think he's done enough to cement his place in there for the rest of his career, I reckon. To be honest. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think he definitely gets in the England squad. I'm just thinking, like, off the bat, do you guys think you would start him right now? I mean, we're going to do like a special episode where we just do the first 11, but I'm not sure I'd start him right now. But then again, it's hard right now not to play Foden, but I don't think Southgate's going to play Foden, to be honest. But yeah, that's a separate thing. Let's see what Falak's saying. Take me out of that equation because I don't play down Lacazette, and whoever is comparing Bruno to Pogba is high. I agree with that, but who are you taking, Falak? Pogba or Bruno? So that's a question for you. But yeah, you know what? Big up United, big up Ole. We've given you guys credit that you deserve. Second place secured pretty much, and let's see if you can win that Europa League. You should. But yeah, you never know in a final. It's a one-off game, so Unai Emery is the Europa League specialist, so he might pull out another masterclass. But yeah, people, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe. Last topic of the day. We had to end it on Arsenal, of course. Arsenal's 3-1 victory against West Brom. Willian scored finally 9 months after we signed him. Beautiful goal, to be fair to him. Beautiful free kick. Pepe scored a banger. Even Smith Rowe's goal was beautiful. Great finish. Saka playing left back, which is what we wanted. You saw how good he was yesterday at left back. Martinelli was given a chance. He wasn't great yesterday, but still given a chance. Bellerin didn't play yesterday. So it's almost like Arteta learned from Thursday, which is a shame that he couldn't have done that before. But yeah, man, I guess, Jalil, talk to me a bit about this game and how you feel.
I watched the whole game. And when they celebrated, was the angriest I could have been, because I do this. Real Madrid, they've got something to play for, right? They got knocked out by Chelsea, obviously. I guarantee you, after every goal they're scoring, they're not banging on celebration, even though they're going for the title. They're thinking, I just got knocked out. So I mean, whereas we're all smiling, we'll run up to cameras doing this. And I've got to be real. I can't sit here and chat shit, by the way. Those were 3 of the best goals I've seen all season, by the way. Free kick. We don't score free kicks like that. That was beautiful. I'm couldn't take that away from him. I can never do that. Smith Rowe on his weaker foot on a volley.
Yeah.
What a beauty. And before that, sorry, Xhaka, the way he got the playmaker. Anyway, we know about that. And Pepe's goal. All I saw was you get like so. Well, three of the best goals I've seen all season against a relegated team. I'll put that out there and all. Having said that, Bob, I think playing Xhaka left back was a big shout, man. Better than Tierney, in my opinion. In that position, but that's the way.
Is that a debate? Because Saka, I like Saka left back. I can't lie.
It has to be.
That's where he got his claim to fame. That's what he
did. Through Emery, Lundberg and Emery and that. But there's an argument and there's a debate for everything. And I think if we're gonna have a debate about something, that one has to stick out for me because you know my thoughts on things. Tierney's good, injury prone, and he has a chat back. And the system's not there for him to chat back. I've realised that, and you lot have told me. I've been educated about that. The system's not there. We have wingers for a reason, and when we have, Xhaka playing left back, filling in, and whoever's playing next to him, Partey sometimes, or Nene, or whoever is playing right back. I've seen it now. I've seen the system. I understand. So I can't use that anymore. You're not tracking back. I can't use that anymore. However, attacking wise, they're both really good. Tierney's definitely a better attacker, but I'm going off topic here. He didn't play yesterday, but yeah, no man, it was good to see those goals. But I was just upset. I was just hoping everyone would just. High five, handshake, go back and just get more goals. I just want them. I wanted more than 3. I just wanted them to keep going, just to say, this is what you missed out on and stuff. It was a bit upsetting and everything. But I had the biggest crime was Mikel still having a job that day. That was the biggest crime for people. It wasn't anything else. Everyone was just upset about that, and nobody was happy about the result because there's nothing to play for and all. But I mean, there's not much to say. I'll save my stuff for the player ratings. But yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, Rashman, anything else to add on what Jalil said?
Look, in I'd say in their defense, or should I say in Pepe's defense, because that's all we're talking about, isn't it? It's Pepe's celebration, Like, it was a sick goal. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes when you score a banging goal, you just can't help but celebrate. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, you know what I mean? He's a young guy. I mean, he just scored a bad boy goal. It's against a relegated club, but we have to remember we relegated them. They weren't relegated when we played them. Yeah, that's one thing I just want to throw out there, because if they had won, they would have still been in the runnings of still being there. Do you know what I mean? And remember, I put them to beat us. I never thought they was going to beat us, but I was just mad at Arsenal. That's what I do. Do you know what I mean? But
do
you know what I mean? But like. I'll defend him in that case. I don't think it's a thing where they were celebrating like, we're sick. I think he just scored a bad boy goal. He in that momentum, he ran, he celebrated. Obviously, he realized probably he was gassed. Like, it doesn't mean anything, but that's what I'm saying in his defense. Willian, it's taken a whole pregnancy. Man had to be born. Man was birthed yesterday. You know what I'm trying to say? Man was born yesterday, bro. And he would have got probably 14 of those at Chelsea if he was there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not gassed over him. I've seen him do that, and that's the whole reason why he was supposed to be at Arsenal. The fact that he's done it 3 games before we're done, you need a slap on the back of your head, bro. Do you know what I mean? But terrific free kick. That was terrific free kick. And my boy, Smith Rowe, man them, Croydon on the mat again. Do you know what I mean? That was a brilliant take. Yeah. And I think what we saw yesterday was what we saw between him and Saka. Their little combinations which actually put them up. Do you know what I mean? People start spitting their names. It was Saka going back in the left back position and him playing out on the wide. You know what I mean? That's, if we want to play attacking football, I think that's the route to go. Do you know what I mean? Martinelli didn't really do what I thought he could do, but I don't know, man. I thought he would be a lot better technically by now, but he still seems a bit scatty when he's on the ball. Do you know what I mean? You can see he wants to do a lot and he tries a lot, but just a small adjustments that is needed. He can be there small. He just needs to get his head over the ball a bit more when he shoots and those things like that. Just simple things like that. But yeah, overall Arsenal performance. I mean, it was a walk in the park as it should be. Herrera, boy, he ran through our whole team. He ran from he ran from the halfway line, and there was no defense. And this is what I was saying about my man Gabriel. He doesn't want to put in a challenge.
He backs off.
Backs off until he's at the edge of the box. And my thing is, if you're going to put in a challenge anyway, do it further up, because more time you foul the man. It's better they have a free kick up the pitch rather than so close to the goal where they can bury our goalkeeper. It's better than that you put in your challenge before the edge of the box where you're not so worried about putting in a tackle because you're not aware if you're in the box or not and you don't want to give away the penalty. You know what I mean? It makes it easy for the defenders to drop the shoulder, do a little shimmy with the feet, and defenders are worried. They don't want to take man down in the box no more. I just think they just need to be putting in their tackles a lot more earlier and a lot more higher up in the pitch. These are little things that they need to work through in the summer. They definitely need to work on them. Arteta is, I heard through the grapevine that he's going to be starting with Arsenal at the beginning of next summer. Gutted, but hey, it's always us, isn't it? We don't learn our lessons, and then who are we going to get in when everyone's got, you know what I mean? When the managers are all gone to good clubs now, what are we going to do? I mean, and so, but it is what it is. I guess we've got to roll the punches and just see, okay, we've given my man the term that he's already spoken about. He spoke about 3 years and all those things. So let's just see how it works out. I mean, we ain't got no choice in the matter, but yeah. But yeah, overall, good performance by Arsenal. It's what was expected. But yeah, commiserations to Knowledge. Big Sam. I mean, West Brom, sorry. But yeah, do you know what? Bun Big Sam. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's about time he felt what relegation felt like. He's got this reputation, and I think his reputation made him think he was really Big Sam. Do you know what I mean? You're just Sam now. Yeah, you're just Sam. You're not even allowed to get too amped on the sideline anymore. We know why. I'm not dissing the man's health or anything, but do you know what I mean? Like, just put man in their place sometimes. You talk too much, you get shown the ways. You get me? Adios. Glad you're gone.
No, I agree with that. I think, Big Sam's got a history of Arsenal. He used to cost us under Arsene Wenger, and I think he generally just thinks he's a better manager than he is. I think he said before he could coach Real Madrid, and no, you can't. But yeah, I think it was an interesting game. I feel like I agree. I feel like we played well, but obviously we have to take into account the opposition. But we've probably played against it just as bad and lost previously. So you know, credit where credit is due. It's a meaningless game, but yeah. I was just gonna make a point. On that Pereira guy, I guess it's just a quick yes or no. Would you guys consider? Because I thought he was pretty good yesterday. Would you guys consider signing him? Yes, no.
Yeah. To me, it would be a risk because I haven't seen too much of him for me to say, "Yo, we need him." I heard that we're number one going for Basuma, which is
Camavinga as well.
Yeah, and now that would be special.
Now that would.
I rate that guy, and if we can pull that off, that would be like us putting off Partey as well. I was like, wow, we actually got him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if we get him, that would be a special signing, and I won't understand why. Do you know what I mean? I'd be thinking, yo, is it another fraud thing going on in the Arsenal camp? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that would be amazing if he was to come over. But let's see what the summer holds for us, man.
Yeah, man. Let's see. But yeah, you know what? Let's quickly wrap it up on some very quick player ratings. Let's do it. Jalil Leno.
Standard 6.
Okay, 6. Rash Chambers.
I'll give him a 6 as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Rob Holden, Jalil.
They can hold a 6 and all.
Okay. Rash Gabriel.
Yeah, devilish. 6 again.
6, yeah. We've had a lot of 6. And then,
quick on Gabriel, yeah? Was it him? We know the counter where Pereira ran all the way back and scored against us. Tracking Pereira for the whole thing because I know he was backing off.
Ceballos.
Okay, so in my opinion, I'll have to be honest with you, coming from the midfield, and I'm pretty sure you both played midfield as well. You take that guy out from early.
Ceballos is slow though. My God, he's slow.
He had the opportunity to just take his foot out. He had the opportunity to tackle the ball from what I've seen anyway, but he had the opportunity to just take him out, take a yellow, and get subbed off. At least everyone will be like, "Wow, okay, cool. This guy's actually trying to do something for the team."
But this is the thing, even about Gabriel. I've seen him do that cynical type of challenge when it wasn't needed. So what was he doing? Not taking him out. Do you know what I mean? I would have thought, being at the centre back. You see everything. Behind you, it's just the goal. It's just you in the goal now, and you're backing off. You gotta lay down in front of my man and make sure he hits the floor as well. I think they just gotta be a bit more intelligent in that back line. They're just very reactive. It's like they need to be told what to do, and I don't like that about them right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's just a bit off form. I think he needs the summer to kind of come back refreshed, and hopefully, he comes back because he's definitely a good prospect, but. It'll be a team with Saliba as well. That'll be an interesting partnership. Jalil Saka.
Yeah, Saka. Assist. 7.
Ooh, they got harsh. Huh? I would have given him an 8. I thought he was brilliant.
He had a really good game.
In university, you get 7 out of 10, which is 70%. That's a first. So he was good.
Yeah. He was good. Okay, so the Lord saying 7 for Saka. Ceballos.
Do your thing, bro. You gotta be honest. Pants, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he done a few good things, but I'd say 6. And you know what? I think there's even more things I don't like about him. That he came out, I was like, I'm definitely going back to Madrid this season. Bro, shut up, man. Don't want you here anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't get me mad. You know what I mean? Just keep your mouth shut, play your game. It's not like you've been a good player all season. But I'll give him a 6.
Okay, 6 was the bios.
5.
You would give him a 5? Yeah, he could have.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah. El Nene, Jalil.
El Nene can hold a 6. He played his role really well, man. Good standard 6 for me, man.
Yeah, he was decent yesterday.
No, I like him on the pitch. And then
it's hard to like El Nene. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah, man.
He's a cool guy. He's a good squad player, isn't he? He's a squad player.
Man. And he doesn't make a lot. He doesn't make. Do you know what? He doesn't make mistakes. Forget that. I was going to say he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't make mistakes. Even if he does the simple ball, sometimes you need the simple ball, bruv. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Keep it simple. How many times we say that at the screen, bruv? He's that guy that I like how he plays, man.
Yeah, no. El Nene doesn't do things he can't do. And sometimes you have to appreciate that in a player. Because, big up El Nene. Pepe.
Pepe, for me, gets a 9 for me. I like him. I like his play. He was big attacking. He got the goal as well. He was a constant threat. And you know what? He's been a constant threat for the last 5-6 games that he's appeared in. Do you know what I mean? And man have to start giving Pepe his dues. Yeah, all right. He's not the 72 million that we wanted him to be, but you know what? He's definitely 42 million and he's doing well. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I agree with that. 42 million is fair. The Croydon De Bruyne, you know.
Jalil wanted to say something there.
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
Speak your truth, bro. Don't be there. Don't be there in the background pulling faces. Yeah, say what you gotta say, fam.
Just trying to say.
No.
Yo,
what am I crying for?
Oh man, that's crazy. Yo.
Do you know what, for me,
Jesus. Hey,
I can't give Pepe a 9 for me. I just can't because you need to. Well, Pepe was good, but you need to be outstanding through the whole game. He still made mistakes. He still lost the ball and everything. Don't get me wrong. Potentially one of our best attacking. That's why I was going to go over 8. I was thinking no one deserves more than an 8 personally, but I was going to go an 8. 9 is outstanding. Like nobody can handle you. he switched wings a bit, and I just don't know if he warrants a 9. The goal was banging though. The goal was banging. Don't get me wrong, but I would have gone at 8.
Look, I only saw him lose the ball twice. To me, I only saw him lose the ball twice. He tried to skill, it didn't work. But I even saw the kid defending, and he put in the shift. He was coming back and defending. Do you know what I mean? He was tackling. But I understand. I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
You saw me trying to show me.
But I saw you fighting back the comment.
I was thinking, it's Ramadan. Let's have this one. I'm not going to say nothing.
But yeah, Smith Rowe, Jalil.
Yeah, he can hold a 7 and all, man. Nice goal, man. Took it nicely. Very positive today. Very positive. Yesterday. Sorry, my bad. Very positive, man. And yeah, as I said, the skill was ridiculous. You don't do that unless you try it 10 times. You pull it off. He done it once. He pulled it off the first time. So yeah, big him up, man. He's a very positive player, and he does defensive work as well, which you like to see. And he doesn't stop running. I don't think he should have come off that early, man. He was having fun, in my opinion. He could have off you, but Mikel's a bit weird with his subs, so we know this already. So I won't say too much on that.
Yeah. And Rash left. Willian, of course. Willian.
It's hard. It's hard because he did get the goal, but I thought he was up and down the pitch, but he was a bit quiet. He wasn't too much involved in the game, in the build-up plays and stuff like that. He played the ball back a lot more than he played it forward. But I'd give him a 7. I would have gave Smith Rowe an 8, but I'd give him a 7. I'll give Willian a 7.
Yeah. Okay. And last but not least, Martinelli, Jalil.
5.
Yeah. I can't agree with that. Yeah.
There's not much you can say about him, unfortunately. People have been calling his name, but do you know what it is? It's weird because I've done this many times. There'll be people calling your name to come on the football pitch to play. You're telling your managers from a young age to do it, but then you try and press too much. You do too much. Like you hold the ball too much. You can do it. Don't get me wrong. You can do it. Sometimes you hold it too much. You're under a bit of pressure. You feel like I'm just going to hold it, and then he gets tackled. And it happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times too many for me. So yeah, for that reason. But the reason why I didn't go beneath a standard is because I know he's standard, and he played some good balls in. He still beat a few mans, but as I said before, he tried too hard.
Yeah, he did utilize that cutting in a lot of the time. He cut it from the right hand side and went across the face of the goal. He tried to play some balls in. His final delivery needs a lot of work on that.
Yeah, I agree. I just think for Martinelli, if I'm Arteta, just playing these last 3 games, just let him get a little run of games. Yeah, I think if he scores 1 goal in these last few games, gets that confidence boost, comes back firing for preseason, he doesn't have to go anywhere internationally. Comes back fit, comes back fresh, comes back kick-started. Him, Saliba, we get a Basuma or something like that. Then you have something to work with because even Partey, he's not going to play internationally this summer. He's going to come back 100%. Most of our players, Saka might go with England. He should really be called up, to be honest, but he might not be. I think I would just play Martinelli and then see how it goes. But yeah, man. Let's kind of wrap it up there. Actually, as well, just a quick one. Did you guys find it interesting that Aubameyang didn't come on, or nothing?
No, I didn't find it interesting at all. And to be honest, I think like Lacazette, like he just shows his class, when he comes on. He just comes on and he does what he's supposed to do. Like he's so underrated at what he does. All right, we want a goal scorer, do you know what I'm trying to say? But what he does on the pitch and what he does in regards to the attacking play and the hold-up play for us, man, I just think he's that guy, do you know what I mean? I'd pick him over Aubameyang. Obviously, we know what Aubameyang can do when he's slinging, but he's not slinging and he doesn't bring much to the team when he's not, do you know what I mean? So, big up Lacazette, man.
Yeah.
Big up Lacazette.
Big up Lacazette, man. Any last words, Jalil?
Yeah, no, echo what Rash said, man. I'm a big Lacazette fan, man. I've been a Lacazette fan even when the United guys have been getting onto him, comparing him to Lukaku a couple years ago, comparing him to...
I remember that one,
comparing him to every striker under the sun just because he wasn't performing. But, sometimes you see in players what they can do, and his hold-up play is second to none. So, echo everything Rash said, man.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah,
just
go on,
Rash. Say something just quickly on Arteta, man. my man gets on my nerves, bro. Because why put out a team like this now? Yeah, why now? I mean, what you didn't see that lineup before? Well, you didn't see that squad before. You didn't think up. It's just a joke, man. It's like, okay, I'm going to lose my job, so now I'm going to put out the team that I think everyone knows that should have been on the pitch more time. That's yeah. I just had to get that out. Like, what's wrong with my man? But yeah,
I agree completely, man. I agree completely, but yeah, it's not for today. Not for today.
No, I think with Mikel, there's nothing to lose. I feel like it's weird, isn't it? Like, it's weird, but you have your set team that you always want to put forward. So Willian was obviously a part of the process a long time. He's like, yeah, I'm playing him regardless. Oh, he didn't perform last week. I'm going to play him again because he fits the system that I want to play. He's made mistakes. Let's be real, man. I'm not going to sit here and defend him. Like, he's made mistakes, but I feel like yesterday, for yesterday's game, he had nothing to lose, so he just thought, F it, let me just play it.
Why do you keep playing Chambers? Why do you keep playing Chambers, bro?
I can't lie. Chambers is better than Bellerin for me.
Yeah, but he's not better than Cedric for me. And Cedric was on the bench.
Cedric was injured yesterday.
Wasn't he on the bench?
He was on the bench.
He was on the bench. For the last two training sessions, he was in hospital.
Okay.
Something bad, and I think he had to put a mask on his face as well for something. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. To be fair, he hasn't been playing him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I was having a big debate with my son because my son was trying to say that Chambers is the best right back in our squad, and I just was like,
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He is wrong. He is wrong.
He is wrong, man.
He's wrong.
Cedric is playing Chambers.
Your son is not wrong. I'll tell you why your son is not wrong. Yeah, Chambers offers something. Yeah, that Cedric. I don't think Cedric offers. I'll tell you this. Yeah,
the final ball.
The only thing Cedric has better than him is a left foot. Other than that, he puts better balls into the box. He puts better balls into the box, and he defends better as well. Chambers, but who had a man since Chambers has been playing? Who's done Chambers? I want to know.
I saw Chambers get ripped yesterday, and I saw him misplace the ball as well. I saw him do some a wayward pass once or twice in the game, and to me, that was when we was on the attack, which put them then onto the attack. I don't see that. I don't even see that from Bellerin in our own half, doing wayward balls. Like, I don't see that. Do you know what I mean? I think he is just one of those guys from the Arsene Wenger era that needed to get scrapped a long time ago. He's been riding the check for a while, but really he should have been going down with Fulham this season with them again.
100%.
For me, Chambers is not a bad backup. I would have him as a squad player. If we get what's the guy from remind me, Brighton. If we get example, let's say we get rid of all our right backs, but we have to choose one. Before Cedric, I would go with Chambers, in my opinion. As a second,
I'd go with Cedric, but I'm not mad at that as long as it's not Bellerin.
Yeah. Are we in for Lamptey? Are we in for him?
I hope
we
so.
should be, but
nothing's been said since. Yeah, nothing's been said since the our transfer window. But is that something we're going to incorporate? Do you want to do some transfer windows talk during the summer?
We'll definitely do that. There's a lot of stuff we can do in the summer.
Like we know Odegaard is gonna get called back. Do you know what I mean? Is Buendia back on? Who knows?
Exactly.
I don't think so, because they're getting promoted. So I think he wants to have another season with Norwich. They think they can do a madness. So
do you know what? But I think that is what the purpose of keeping him was, that they was gonna try and build him up so that they could sell him for a lot more money. And help them get them back up and sell him for a bit more money as well, which he seems to have done. So maybe he might be on the cards, especially with them getting promoted. They're going to get big money when they come in. They can buy someone else.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, man, listen, people, it's been a good show. It's been good to review the Premier League weekend. Some interesting games. Obviously, the top four race is really what it's about. Relegation's pretty much done this year. I think it's just top four now. If you're new to the channel, then do subscribe to us. If you're watching this video, hit the like button. We're back on Wednesday. We're selecting the top 10 centre-mids of all time. So that should be a fun one. And then Friday, you know what it is. We'll be ranking them from 10 to 1. And hopefully we can have a special guest on for that one. But either way, it should be a cracking show. And yeah, so people, Have a good evening. And yeah, Jalil Rash, love as always. And
No.
peace out, people. Peace.
Salam.